16.
Welcome to another video, everybody. I'm Fate Fortune, and here today I'm going to help you with Vigor's 10 top tips. Vigor is an Xbox One exclusive third-person survival shooter and looter game brought to you by Bohemia Interactive. Vigor, after its full release of 1.0, has now been made available for free, and we will begin to start seeing new players giving and asking many questions, not knowing exactly what to do and when to do in certain environments.
Unopened safes left in the Outlands. They take a while to unlock, but contain valuable loot. Go and crack one open. You can use the comm station to get an edge over other Outlanders trying to snatch the airdrop.
I will be giving away a starter pack at $10 each to random commenters, and after a week or two I will be choosing people at random to hand out those codes. Outlander packs also range between around about $90 to $100, so be sure to head over to my Twitter account to see how to win those. Many devs know questions are being asked, however they may not be able to 100% answer everyone at once. So hopefully this video today will help you. Most may already know the mechanics of Vigor, however continue to watch as this video may unravel some things we may have forgotten out of bad habits. So ladies and gentlemen, before we get into the video, I would just like to say a big thank you to the Vigor team. Without those, these kind of numbers within my last video would have never even have happened. A lot of you have been asking me questions, so without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Step 1. Familiarize. First thing before becoming a pro in Vigor is learning your shelter. Take a good look around and make sure you are aware of all the things the shelter has to offer. After knowing that most time spent is within this beautiful masterpiece, you will need to familiarize yourself with all its content and get a good look around so you are able to guide yourself in the future. Tabs. Pressing LB and RB on your remote will guide you between different menus, from building mechanics, crafting pages, and even in-game stores. One of its main features is the shooting range. A lot of people have complained in comments and even community pages about how shooting feels within Vigor. So be sure to grab yourself a weapon, run into your range, and start shooting those scarecrows. Reason for this is because a scarecrow is the resemblance to an enemy Outlander, and it may help you familiarize yourself with your favorite weapon. 2. Learning. After you have familiarized yourself with your shelter and you are starting to feel ready to head into battle, learn your maps. Learn your maps as you play along, because a lost Outlander is a dead Outlander. After you start to gradually learn your way around each map, you will familiarize yourself with certain things such as knowing where to loot. As most may already know, certain areas, or rather said containers, will give you different types of materials, so be sure to know what you are looking for before heading into an encounter. Knowing that looting may be safe if you are quick and avoiding all threats, you still may not be getting out with what you are looking for to upgrade your shelter. So be careful of what you're taking, and don't be afraid to be leaving things behind. One reason to why I suggest you try out Vigor is that it's one of its own kind, and it makes sense because you will never expect to find gasoline in cupboards, chemicals in fridges, or better yet, nails in your pillows. So again, looking at what you loot is ideal, especially for quick encounters later on in the game. Step 3. Building. Knowing you're starting to get used to the game a little bit more and you're heading into more and more encounters, you may start gradually stocking up on materials. Materials are used in many ways, such as improvements inside your shelter, meaning crafting things such as consumables or even weapons and ammunition itself. This is ideal because you may start running into enemy Outlanders later on. After building certain items, your shelter may eventually start getting better. In other words, you'll get faster builds, or better yet, have your shelter give you free stuff, but we will get into that later on in the video. So don't forget to look at what it is you need to build before going nuts. As you build, your shelter will also start looking more appealing, and in certain encounters you may be able to start taking in better weapons, such as blue guns or even yet purple. So to do this, just upgrade your workbench. However, it may take hours. Step 4. Collecting. Remember in number 3 I told you after certain builds within your base tab, your shelter may start giving you free stuff. So here it is. Be sure to collect your materials daily and even free crowns, because all these things will eventually start to help you in the future. Also, after building for many days, you may start to notice you can grow food. Food personally is just for your own sense of ego, or better yet, your bragging rights. So after collecting so much food, whether it's in an encounter or free from your shelter, and you gradually upgrading these gardens, you can hand your food into what I like to call the bragging pit, to get your name on what again I like to call the bragging board. And don't forget, if you haven't collected these resources in a few days, to have your shelter help you at its best capacity, be sure to empty these, as after getting full, they stop generating. Step 5. Deconstructing. Deconstructing certain items may help you gradually get more and more materials for better loot, such as crafting of weapons and even yet medical supplies. After learning your way around the map, you will gradually notice that you will start collecting airdrops, or better yet, those treacherous blueprints. Some weapons you may feel are a little bit silly to be using, especially when you're running around like this guy.
There ain't no one like me, so hard to find, it's the real damn thing. Don't be wasting any time, I got somewhere to be. Always on the grind, yeah, you know me. Hold the crown will be mine, you can call me king.
So that will bring me to tell you, Outlanders, not to ever enter an encounter without anything to defend yourself with. And please don't take a knife into a gunfight. Again, or you end up like this guy. Step 6. Ammunition. Not only have I been playing this game since the first day of release, but I thought I would bring this into the top 10 video. I have been going into countless amount of encounters and noticed that people are starting to enter with guns. However, the guns have no ammunition. So be sure to check your inventory before starting a queue for any type of encounters. As you can see on the screen, there will be a red bar as you're trying to load in, and it will tell you that you're at risk of dying because you have no ammo. The amount of times people have ran at me and tried to kill me but their guns are empty because of the mistake baffles me. And I do understand it's a common mistake. I myself did it many times when I first started playing Vigor. However, I'm the one that gets upset because I have to feel bad killing them. But it is what it is, so please don't let that be you. Step 7. Shooting. So many have asked, Fate, how are you able to shoot and learn the mechanics of this game? Well, hopefully I'm able to simplify this with you with just showing you a tiny clip. So if you have made it this far into the video, I would like to just take a second to thank you, and just for those who are stuck by this video, I'm going to share this with you now. When aiming down your sight, I personally feel claustrophobic, so I tend to aim with what's called hip fire, and at a standing point you will see that the shots are a lot more spread. Using a shotgun would be more ideal to prove this, however we're not going to do that. As I start to crouch or even lay down, the crosshairs on the actual screen start to close. Cut story short, the lower to the floor you are, the narrower your shots are. So as you start to familiarize yourself with the weapon you're using, things get a little bit easier. So there you have it. For better aiming, just prone or lay down. However, choosing when to do so may put you at risk, so always be aware. Step 8. Closing doors. When entering a building, be sure to close the doors behind you, as not only will you be able to hear their footsteps when you're in your encounter, but having an extra little bit of guidance to knowing where your next Outlander is may even increase the survival of your next gunfight. Also, if entering encounters as a continuous player, closing doors may make people think it's not looted, so with it being a lootable place, you will be luring people in, making it easier to kill. Step 9. Using all content provided. So as most of you are aware, as you gradually start getting into encounters, look around for hotspots on the maps, as certain places may also increase your survival. However, it may also decrease your survival rates, so make sure to be vigilant at all times. Certain places will help you mark players on the map for a temporary time, or better yet, permanently change the airdrop zone, and mark its exact locations on your map. Also, you may be able to head to the Bard House, especially to gain that extra loot, or even other Outlanders treasures. So again, be vigilant at all costs, as others may have the same idea as you. 10. Reroll. So finally guys, for our last top 10 tip of this week, we have challenges. When looking into your Outlander page, just before entering an encounter, pressing X on your Xbox One remote will activate a pop-up screen with daily or even weekly challenges. However, if for some reason these challenges seem too difficult for you, or maybe you just don't like what you see, pressing A will allow you to re-roll these challenges. However, there is a penalty of 12 hours to reset. I myself didn't even realise this up until another Vigor streamer, HCall97, introduced this to me 2 days ago, so be sure to go over to his channel and check him out. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for today's top 10 Vigor tips. It's been your boy Fate Fortune, and if you have any other questions, be sure to ask in the comments below, and I will try my hardest to get back to you. If not, I will add you into the next top 10 tips video. Be sure to follow us over on Twitch as we stream weekends 6 till 12 GMT, and be sure to follow us over on Twitter, just so you're notified as and when we go live. And to also enter our giveaways, be sure to also head over to Twitter, especially for them bigger packages. For the smaller ones, all you have to do is leave a comment, give us a thumbs up, let us know you enjoyed the video, and again, it's been your boy Fate Fortune. Thank you for coming, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye. Like, subscribe, flick my ding dong, do whatever it is that you enjoy doing, and until next time, see you soon. Bye.